We are all equal. We're all equal. This is titled, Dematerialize. Mr. Isdall, I've heard stories from Miss Short of these Sabe people being killed. I heard you say that you believe these beings can teleport from one place to another. My mind goes to, quote, how can they be killed if they can do this, end quote. The creatures far outclass us in the physical realm. The government surely has these Sabe in custody, but only as dead bodies. Doubtful the government could reverse engineer this capability from a dead Sasquatch, but if they have already, we're in trouble. Too many accounts of the Sabe people being killed, and as many that say they can teleport or dematerialize. This opens up a whole new can of worms regarding the Sasquatch people. End of email. Well, it doesn't. That can of worms has been open since the first time humans have been aware of them. And that's a fact. That can of worms, it's all in the same can. It's only, for whatever reason, various human beings and groups, individuals have been trying to keep a lid on that portion of this big can of worms. And they have been pretty successful at it, right? For the most part. Mainstream-wise they have, but not in private conversations with people who see and know and are willing to share. How can they be killed? You know, I don't know if they teleport. I haven't a clue about teleportation myself. I don't think I've said that exact sentence. I do. It's obvious they can make themselves not be seen by human eyeballs while standing in front of us and view of us. That's a fact that I can't change. I didn't come up with it. It is a fact that not too long ago I would have scoffed at. But I can't ignore my fellow brothers and sisters, human beings. Otherwise, I'm an idiot, right? But this does make sense to me. Okay, how many times have I mentioned, all right, a lot of people see them and they start swaying back and forth. Uh-oh. It's like a stressful move. They're swaying back and forth down. They're swaying back and forth looking at us, right? Started running the second we looked at it. Got up, shot to his feet, and took off faster than hell, right? Also, people have heard a being go upon realization they're seeing each other. So, excuse me. So that's telling me that that's possibly letting my brain know maybe that while they're in view of us in their physical, who knows if they are leaving their physical presence or not. I don't know. Maybe they are good at bending, reflecting light that we see, that we need to see items with. Maybe they're just good at that, right? And maybe they are there in their physical state the whole time. I don't know. Maybe when they know we can see them is also the point of when we can possibly kill them. And that might make sense for why they act so, oh shit, right? Caught my pants down. I could be killed right now. I got to get out of here. That might make sense. Makes sense to me. Why else would a 10, 12, 14 foot tall being 6 feet wide of the shoulders, 5 feet wide of the shoulders, biceps as big as a large man's thigh, be so terrified from a human being looking at them? Well, what scares us? What scares us is what we don't know about, and what also scares us is what can kill us. Right? So I'm pretty certain they aren't acting so scared because we might go steal their lunch money. I think it's a little more serious than that, right? So it would make sense to me possibly their reaction to us seeing them physically is letting them know that also they are right now vulnerable to being killed by us. Wouldn't that make sense? And that's why they go, oh shit, out of here. Swaying back and forth. They're getting a little anxious. Uh-oh, I think they can see me. Oh shit, I think they can see me. Maybe, right? Don't know. Are we going to know? I think so. I'm pretty confident we're going to know. So there you go. And without a doubt, that's one thing for me on my journey is, all right, it's like, I can't help myself sometimes, but you just can't for me, I just get kind of frustrated when I watch people. I'm just, I'm banging on trees, man. I'm banging on trees. I'm studying these footprints, and there's dermal ridges. And then apparently, they'll reach forward and they'll grab a branch and pull something through the forest. Who gives a shit? It's 100 years later. Move on. You know what I mean? I want to know, what can we do? That's really burning. My gut is steering me, and my curiosity is nonstop for a long time. I want to know what we can do. And obviously, if we had that skill, evil would perish. Unless evil got a hold of that skill first, right? Maybe evil human beings are in possession and awake to the fact that they can do that too. Who knows? Maybe. And that's possibly why the shit show's going on in the world today, because maybe the dark side has enhanced their natural skills and kept it away from the good people. Am I making sense? You never know, right? But think about it. I've already admitted it flat out. If I was to be taken around a round table of knowledge, sitting shoulder to shoulder with 12 to 14 foot tall, hairy, man-like beings, and they're teaching me, giving me a quick course on how to do that, you know what I'm going to do the first day I graduate from that course? I'm going to clean up some bad people. I wouldn't even pretend I'm not going to. If I could obtain the skills and fine-tune and enhance them, the skills that these forest people, whatever you want to call them, have, I'm cleaning up some serious bad people. That's the first thing I'm going to do. With great enthusiasm. Right? So it makes sense why, if maybe, we can do the same things that these other people can do. That makes it really understandable why we get stuffed into the public school system. The second we get to, what's the average age? What is it, 5? 5 years old is when they finally pry us away from our family unit, and they start educating our kids, not you. You don't get to educate your children. Think about that one. You don't get to educate your children. And it's just accepted. That's normal at this point. At this stage of the game, that's accepted and normal across the board, that you don't get to educate your children from 5 years on. Why not? Right? How many people have been asked that question? How come? You know what? I think I'm going to educate my kids. I got this. No, you don't. No, you can't do it correctly. We can, and we're going to. And if you don't let us, we're going to take your kids away. All right. I'll shut my mouth. Coffee's kicking in. You get my point. You give me those skills, the dark side's going to have a real bad time.